Welcome to Stillworks from Brewing. My name is Randy. This is a channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. Today what we're going to do is we're going to make one of my favorite beers. I got the recipe from my local tap house, which I know it is a fantastic beer. It's called a Harlem Milkshake. Okay, and they always put a twist on it different ways, like with raspberry or whatever such. My twist is it's going to be a toasted coconut, so it's going to be a toasted coconut Harlem Milkshake. It is a fantastic beer. Okay, so with that being said, like always, there's 5 things you can really do to help us out. Number 1, of course, is subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Number 2, hit that notification bell. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Number 4, share us with your friends, let everybody know. And number 5, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so let's get started. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up some water. I put about 9 gallons of water in my brew pot there. I'm going to heat it up to about 170 degrees, and then I'll put some of that water in my mash tun, and we'll add the grain and start letting it steep in. Alright, so I'll get that done and then I'll be back. My water's heated up to about 170 degrees, so in my mash tun I'll put one of these screens down here in the bottom. Then I will, let's add about we're going to add about 3.5 gallons of the 170 degree water in here, and then we'll continue to heat up. The water's in the pot here, and then we'll put that, store it into our hot liquor tank. So we'll use that so when we sparge it over. There's about 1 gallon. About 2 gallons. Because we know that when we add our grains, it's going to drop the temperature of that water. I'm hoping to about 152 to 155. I mean, that's going to be our sweet spot. And then we can adjust the temperature a little bit by adding more hot water or a little cold water. So let's hit let's mix this grain in. I do love the smell of grain. And you want to make sure you keep stirring, mix it up pretty good because you don't want no dough balls. I put the camera over here, but you wouldn't be able to see nothing because it's all the steam. This process is pretty much the same in making whiskey, or a lot of the science is all the same. To make whiskey, you gotta make beer first. Alright, let me show you what that looks like. You can see the consistency. It's like oatmeal. Okay, good. So we got all that stirred in. Next important thing we need to do is we need to check the temperature. And like I said before, what we're looking for is somewhere around 152, 155. That's the magic number where the enzymes in the grain are going to convert the starches over into sugars. So we'll adjust the temperature if we have to. By either adding hot water or cold water. It's still climbing. We're at 150. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple more, a little bit more hot water. Just wasn't quite enough. It's at 150. So I added a little bit more hot water. Try to boost her up just a little bit. Give that a stir. That's 150. It's still climbing. About 156. I'll leave her at that. That'll make me happy. But she will naturally cool down. We'll move this over to our hot liquor tank. One quick stir for I'm done. Put the lid on it. Okay, and one important thing. We'll set a timer for 1 hour. So I'll leave that in there for about an hour. I usually go about an hour and 15, to be honest with you. And then we'll come back and we'll move on to the next. Okay, it's been about an hour and 15 minutes. What we're going to do, we'll open this up. Turn it around this way. And what we'll do is we're going to batch sparge this. So I'm going to drain all this into the brew pot, close her up, pour back full hot water, give her a stir, and keep doing it until we collect about 6.5 gallons. Okay, let's get that started. I'll give you a So we'll let that drain out. We'll shut that off. We'll pump a little bit of hot water back in here. Give that a minute to sit. Okay, she's just starting to come to a boil, so you gotta really keep your eye on when it first comes to a boil. Be ready to cut the heat all the way off. She'll calm down, but she will boil over and make a heck of a mess if you let it. Okay, see her? She's going down. Alright, I've turned the heat down. And then what I'll do is, once it calms down, then I'll bring the heat back up, bring her back up to, you know, she's like a heavy simmer right now. When she first starts boiling, she will boil up quick and she will make a mess. Okay, so my first hop addition is Boma hops, okay, and the recipe is calling for a quarter of an ounce. Ooh, that ain't much. Actually, I'm gonna go a half ounce. So there's a half ounce of hops. Okay, so once the boiling starts, set your egg timer. Then everything is timed off of that. Okay? Put that right up there. So what we're going to do according to the recipe is the hop additions. That goes in for 60 minutes. And then I don't have nothing that goes in until the last minute of the boil. Okay? So we're going to boil this for an hour and we'll be back. We're down to the 10-minute additions, which it is 0.7 pounds of corn sugar. Stir that in. And then we got let me get that right. 1.6 pounds of lactose. That will give it a lot of body. A lot of mouthfeel. And this is 1 pound. Stir this in. It dissolves almost instantly. Okay, so that does it for this edition. So our next edition will come down to the last minute of the boil, and I'll be back. Last hop addition, last minute. This is 2.7 pounds of Boma and 1.7 pounds of Idaho 7. Okay. Alright. Add these in for this last minute. Give that all a stir. shutting the heat down here in a second. Alright, so I got the heat off. I'm going to cover up and I'm going to get set up to cool her down. So get my plate chiller set up and I'll be back. Just so you know, like I said, I'm setting up my my plate chiller, and what I'll end up doing is pumping from my brew kettle through the pump, through the wort chiller into my fermenter. I got star sand in my fermenter right now, and then I also, what I will do is, this is the pipe of the hose that's going into my pump, and I'll take star sand, and what I do is fill the hoses So I want this, fill all my hoses. I see it coming out the exit to the drain. I just want to make sure everything is sanitized. Because right now, that's a sweet, sugary liquid. Bacteria would love it. So I just like to run this all the way through. The system. That's usually 2 cups will just take care of. Yep, she's starting to come out there. Okay, so what I'll do, put that hose right on my brew pipe, turn the valve on, turn the pump on until I see I still got sanitizer coming out. Check my final or my original gravity is 1.070. Alrighty. So my wort in the fermenter, in my primary fermenter. I checked the temperature. It's at about 82 degrees, which is perfect. I like that. So what I'll have to do next is, in 5 days, I got to add 1.4 ounces of the Idaho 7. And then in 10 days, I will dry hop with 1.4 ounce of the Belma and another 1.4 ounces of the Idaho 7. Alright, and then I will put it in a keg. So this should be, one other thing I'm going to do in the secondary is I will take 2 pounds of coconut and I will toast it in the oven until it's nice golden brown, and I'll add that to the secondary, and then that's how it's going to get its coconut taste. So it should be pretty fantastic. Alright, so I just got to clean up my mess. I just want to thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the adventure, and we'll see you next time.